There is a reason why you are told not to give up, even though there are no indications. There are like zero indications that your five senses could send back to you a confirmation of some sort of a movement or change in your situation. You have no actual proof of progress or success on your outside world. And yet, the wise ones have always told you to ignore this error in the human capacity, our inability to see change beyond what the eyes can see. And instead, develop the ability to notice the very subtle and yet very real developments taking place in the background. Because if someone saw the 1,000 failures, the 1,000 failed attempts of Thomas Edison before he successfully lit up a room with his invention, they would probably tell him to quit, maybe right around 50 or 100 attempts, if that. They would tell him, come on, Thomas, stop it, give it up, get a real job. Am I right? But something kept him going. Something always keeps these people who always, in the end, see their success come to fruition going despite their numerous failures and setbacks. And that is their ability to notice or to see these subtle signs of their eventual success. And in this video, we are going to talk about what these signs are and how to recognize them when they appear in our lives. But before we do that, my new online course, How to Change Your Life with 3 Easy Steps, the course that teaches you how to transform your life circumstances all by yourself against the odds, is now available. These are teachings I used in my own life to change a deep depression into meaning and purpose, change an incurable disease into perfect health, and transform a dull existence into one that made every single day worth living. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link for it down in the description box so you can sign up for the course and transform your life today. Now, let's get to the rest of the video. So sign number 1 is feeling lost. You absolutely feel lost. In fact, you'll feel like one of the characters in the series Lost, where you find yourself in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of strangers who neither have a map or a plan to go back home or find a new destination. And this is absolutely fantastic. Why? Because if you were to get hold of a map, you are more likely to go back to a land you already know. And we all know that there can be no change in that. And that's exactly how life works. When you are about to enter a new stage in your life, you are going to feel like you have no direction. You are going to be disoriented. And most of the time, you are going to feel like you are going the wrong direction. And because of this, you will have enormous fear of what's to come because it's unfamiliar. But the thing is, the unfamiliarity of the path that you're taking is your greatest indicator that your life is changing for the better. This is a sign that your old life is coming to an end and a new one is beginning to form. Number 2 is awareness of potential. You are painfully aware of the life you deserve. You start to weigh your true potential and your current life, and they are an immediate mismatch. You feel like you can do so much better in life, not because of an ego-based assessment, but because of an inner knowing, that clearly shows you the life that your true potential can build for you. If you feel this way, this is another major sign of big change coming in your life, because the awareness alone, the mental imagery is change taken place, already taken place in the subtle realms that our human mind can only, ever sense in a very faint and unclear manner. If you quit now, not only are you abandoning an already constructed new reality or life, you're also preparing for a life of regret, filled with broken dreams while you operate from a fraction of your true potential. And you don't want that. Sign number 3 is mental agility. The other big sign that your life is changing is the upgrade you receive in your mental resilience and flexibility. Things that used to bother you in the past simply don't anymore. They just don't. You develop a completely different perspective or understanding of the challenges and difficulties in your life. Every problem that you face becomes this opportunity, for creativity or growth, or simply cultivating patience. You become so resourceful and you relentlessly look for solutions without being tied to your old ways. You move from strategy to strategy and solve your problems in life that way. And this is a big sign that the idea, the strategy, the plan for change will, inevitably reveal itself to you sooner or later. Number 4 is change in taste. Oh, yes. When you have zero appetite for your old habits, interests, social groups, all your old antics, your life on the horizon has definitely touched you with some sort of a communication in order to get you ready and in order for the life that is, for the change that are about to take place. You are literally morphing into a completely different person, one with more refined interests, while leaving behind all your old and useless addictions to the things and the people that basically do nothing for you. Your life is rearranging itself in such a way that you are going to be found when finally the change or the success comes knocking at your door. Sign number 5 is a strong will. When you start to feel like you have developed within you this fire, this strong will that no challenge, no discouragement can extinguish, then you know that this is the very thing that's going to attract the change that you want to see in your life. When nothing seems to stop you and even your failures seem to fuel this fire or this will within you, then you know that you are on the right track. Because, looking into your own life, your own past, where a similar incident would have led you to quit and you definitely didn't witness any change. And now the very act of not quitting, no matter what, will and can only end in you witnessing the change that you want. Because honestly, with a strong will, who's going to stop you? So that's it for today, guys. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also don't forget to look into these subtle signs of change and transformation in your life before you quit on your dreams. And I will see you on my next video.